Matthias Centre in North Vancouver, Indigenous veterans are honored for their role in the contribution of protecting Canada and their peacekeeping missions around the world. As an act of reconciliation, non-Indigenous people were invited to observe Squamish Nation's Veterans Powwow. To better understand and learn about Indigenous veterans, the ceremony started with a procession and Indigenous dancing in colorful regalia. Beats from the drum circle led the dancers. Indigenous people have been part of Canada's military for over 200 years. Indigenous veteran Goulans Fluin recalls the excitement of being a jumper for the Army.
We jumped out of airplanes, helicopters, and anything else we could get our hands on.
It was a little challenging on terms of ethnicity, because there was a lot of Aboriginal issues going on at the time.
Some Indigenous veterans were mistreated by the Veterans Association and the Canadian government when they returned from war.
Being a veteran myself, I lost my status when I signed the document.
Veteran Calvin B. served in the Canadian Air Force for 10 years. He says him and his father, also a former veteran, were subjected to discrimination.
It took my dad about 3 years to regain his status, what we call the status today, but for him to regain his rights to his land, his homeland.
Despite serving in the Canadian military, B says the Legions, a social club for veterans, denied him and his father memberships.
The Legions at that time were 90% white, and were not too interested in having an Indigenous or Indian person in their establishment.
When they served in the military, they were forced to cut their hair, which broke part of their cultural identity.
It goes to a deeper connection of being like part of the land. Hair, it's very sensitive to these elements.
But now rules have changed, and mandatory hair cutting is now a thing of the past.
My great niece told me that she's allowed to have her hair long, being Indigenous. When I told her, I said, that's good. Be proud. I wasn't allowed to.
In North Vancouver, Angela Bowers, City News.